This discovery gave the town its reputation of the town that saved Queensland. Today I'm at Gympie, and over there is the very site where gold was first discovered in the town in 1867. Gympie was originally named Nashville after James Nash, but was later named Gympie after the local Aboriginal word for the stinging tree, Gympie Gympie. Gympie was put on the map for the town that saved Queensland thanks to James Nash's lucky streak of finding gold. The town hall was opened in 1890 with an extension added in 1930. Queensland was nearly bankrupt at the time. James's gold discovery started the great Gympie Gold Rush and saved the Queensland economy. Now Gympie has an Art Deco men's toilet, constructed in the 1920s. It's just over here. It's just over here. We'll have a look, shall we? I don't know if I'll be able to go into it, but that's the Art Deco men's toilet. I would say that's the spot where the gold was discovered. The beginnings of Gympie. This explains a bit about the heritage trail and some points of interest around the town. Around the corner here, I'm going to walk down to Memorial Park. Look what I found on the way. I think this is supposed to be a matchmaking machine. Do you know what it is? There was one of those in Maryborough. Is that another one? I've been sidetracked. I think I might try the zigzag walk first. Calton Hill Park. Originally conceived as a project for unemployed miners in the late 1920s. This would be a good walk climb to get the heart rate up. Now that's a nice early morning view. Memorial Park is to honour our local heroes from World War I and the Boer War. Oops, it's a bit slippery here. The Rotunda. This was built in 1919 to 1921. Let's go and have a look at those memorials. Korea, Malaya, Borneo and Vietnam. Look at the age of these guys. He was 22. This guy, 24. These were the names of those young boys on the other memorial. I won't even try to pronounce those names. This park was established in 1921. The park also honours James Nash, who was credited with starting the gold rush. Now there is a memorial walk through there, but as you can see, it's closed for construction. I just love these quiet mornings, especially when there's hardly anyone around. This end of the street particularly reflects Gympie's history in relation to the gold rush era. That looks a bit prickly. That building is the former Royal Bank of Queensland. The architecture is neoclassical and it was built in 1892. The Keen Bean is more of an Art Deco style building, built in the 1930s and also known today for their great coffee. Here is an earlier glimpse of Mary Street from the top looking down. Now this is a pretty and colourful building. Crawford & Co, built around the 1880s. Crawford & Co building, built around about the 1880s. Shall we try this QR code? There's a link here that goes into more detail of its description and history. I'll put this link in the video description. An 1881 fire flattened the earlier timber building. The two busts represent James Crawford's literary taste. Crawford was arrested on forgery. He fled the country to escape the charges in 1889. Jeez. This is the Tozer building. Tozer's building, built in 1896. Horace Tozer was a solicitor who operated in Gympie from the beginning, specialising in mining law. Smithfield and Chambers building. We'll have a closer look at that while I walk down the other side of the street. Oh, did I mention that Gympie is only about 160 kilometres from Brisbane? About a 2.5 hour drive maybe? Royal Bank of Queensland, built in 1892. Built in a neoclassical style. When fire destroyed all the timber structures between the Gympie Times building and the Mining Exchange Hotel in 1891, more permanent masonry buildings were built. Gympie's Regional Council Chambers building, and next to that is the former commercial hotel. As you can see, that's the Freemasons Hotel over on the other corner there. That dates back to the 1870s. And over on that corner is the old post office building. Let's have a closer look now at this building. The former Bank of New South Wales building, built in 1891. Two-storied masonry brick building in the classical style, retains its banking chamber, offices, strong rooms, vaults and manager's residence. This is a really cool street. The Smithfield Chambers building is named after one of Gympie's most successful early mines, which began operating in 1867. Oh look, here's a sign with some more information. Smithfield Chambers, built in 1895. I've spotted some mural art. I wonder if there's any more down the back here. I guess the poppies represent the Anzacs, and hands clasped like that probably suggests friendship and support. There's nothing much else down here though. I just love the look of those two buildings. They are rather unique though, aren't they? James Nash Arcade. I never knew that Gympie was called Nashville in the early days. I'm at the bottom of Mary Street now. I have a train to catch. since 1868.
Remember the laneway that was blocked from Memorial Park on the other side? We can get to it from this side.
You can still get in to have a look at these. I thought I had more time to have a walk up and down the main street. I've booked a trip on the Mary Rattler train. I need to get going. I'll come back here later this afternoon.
I'm now at Mary Rattler Heritage Railway Station. This station was built between 1911 and 1915. It is now one of the region's biggest tourist attractions and is run by volunteers.
Thank you. Got my coffee.
My train leaves at 9 a.m. and I still have about a 30-minute wait. You can watch the steam engine prepare for the trip from the railway bridge overpass here. The train is not so busy today, so there's plenty of choice for seating.
Get any other way otherwise.
My name is Gray. Sit back and relax. We're about to travel back in history, travelling on the tracks laid to meet the ever-growing population of the new state. The discovery of gold in Gympie in 1867 pointed.
Stops at Amamoor and we have about 45 minutes to get off the train and have a look around. Before long, it's time to get back on the train. The Mary Valley has some stunning scenery.
Quite nice being outside. It's a bit smelly though.
Before long, we are back at Gympie Station. I have a separate video that focuses entirely on the Gympie Rattler train trip. Keep a lookout for that one. Right, where was I this morning? First of all though, I'm back at Memorial Park to eat some lunch.
So I am absolutely starving. At Woolworths I found some lunch. You wonder how I'm going to eat it all? Well, potato salad with a bit of bacon, energy, ham for the protein. When I finish lunch, I'm going to walk up the rest of Mary Street and have a look at the other heritage listed buildings that I saw there this morning. There we go. Memorial to James Nash. Now I want to go up there.
This is Nash Street, named after, you guessed it, James Nash. As you can see, this is the School of Arts building.
I feel so much better now that I've had some lunch. The School of Arts movement began in the 1920s in Glasgow, then London and Edinburgh. The idea was to educate the working class The Gympie School of Arts was established in 1870 with a newer building being built in 1890.
That yellow building over there with the cute verandas is another former bank building. Just another of the many banks that opened during the successful boom time of the gold rush era.
Here we go. Queensland's National Bank, built in 1877.
On the opposite side of the intersection is the Gympie Courthouse. There were 3 versions of this. This courthouse was built between 1900 and 1902. It's another example of the prosperity from the Gympie Gold Rush time. I want to have a look down behind this building. And that's the back of the courthouse.
There's some really old Queenslander homes just up here. Now that's an old Queenslander. I wonder how old that is. Walking back past the School of Arts. Ah, here we go. Here's a bit of information. What did I say before? The first School of Arts was established in 1870.
I am now back down at the bottom end of Mary Street.
Now here's the lady I've been looking for, Lady of the Mary. Lady Mary was born in August 1790. She married Sir Charles Fitzroy. You can see she's dipping her toes into the water here. This is a recognition of the impact that the floods have on Gympie. It's a bit of a sad story about Mary. The main street of Gympie is named after Lady Mary, and she tragically died in Sydney when she got hit by a carriage. She's never actually lived in Gympie, but that statue is in memory of her.
And now it's time to visit the Gympie Museum. Gympie, the town that saved Queensland. Inside you can pan for gold. And there are instructions on how you can do that. The Gympie Gold story. Let's have a look in here. It looks like you can use your smartphone to listen to the Gympie Gold story.
And here is the man who started it all, James Nash. He must have been a happy man when he found that gold.
Colour Main Store. Remember that store building back in the main street of Gympie? By mid-1868, the town of Nashville, as it was known back then, was booming. By late 1868, the alluvial gold was substantially exhausted, and the focus now was on deep reef mining.
Being the assayer for the mine, my job is to determine the grade or ounces of gold per ton of rock. This helps the mine management decide whether the rock is worth.
Is there gold in that rock? The old printer from back in the day. I wonder if that's something that Jamie Fraser from Outlander would have used.
Andrew Fisher's cottage, built in 1870. This house was originally located in Mouldy Lane at Red Hill. Andrew Fisher was the first Queenslander to become Prime Minister of Australia. Before coming to Australia in 1885, he worked in the mines of his birthplace in Ayrshire, Scotland from the age of 10. While still living in Scotland, he was involved in miners' unions and was blacklisted for his involvement in the 1881 miners' strikes. Impressive. Check out the size of those bellows. The Gympie Mining Museum has quite a range of old stuff, yes, but obviously it describes the history in a lot of detail. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe because it makes me feel better. See you soon.